Namaste to all. Here I am with a new video relating to income from other sources. So students, I am explaining only 2-3 questions because uh, other questions you can solve based on these. Don't consider that only these should be solved for the exam. You people need to solve each and every problem of the chapter. But I am taking for revision purpose 2-3 questions where you people generally do mistakes. So if these mistakes are not done, your problem will get clear. So let us start our question. This is question number 6 of income from other sources, part 1, that is interest on securities related question. Interest on securities related question it is. So question number 6 we are dealing. Mr. Durga Prasad submitted the following particulars of his investment during the previous year relevant to the current assessment year. What is your previous year? 2018-19 and assessment year. This is your previous year. Assessment year is 2019-20. This you people know. So first point, 18,000, 10% preference shares of a company. What they said? प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स यहीं पे आपको पहला झटका दे देता। पहले आप क्या करते? रेट दिया, रेट दिए, इज इट लेस टैक्स? नॉट सेड. इज इट टैक्स फ्री? नॉट सेड. इज इट गवर्नमेंट? नॉट सेड. We will consider it as less tax because if nature of securities is not given, we will assume it as less tax. Your logic is correct, but what these are? These are preference shares. On shares what we will receive? We will receive dividend. Acha, 18,000 into 10%, if you do, how much you will get? 18,000 into 10%, if you get, if you do, how much you will get? 1800. Dividend received, okay, from Indian company is exempt. It is exempt up to rupees 10 lakhs. Up to rupees 10 lakhs it is exempt. How much dividend you are receiving? 1800 it is receiving. So ये फर्स्ट पॉइंट ही आपके लिए पूरा आंसर करने के बाद नोट में लिखना, डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम इंडियन कंपनी और डोमेस्टिक कंपनी इज एग्जेम्प्ट अप टू रुपीज 10 lakhs. So preference shares of a limited company is exempt बोल के एक नोट लिखना, भूलना नहीं. ये नोट जो है ना लिखते आप, वही आपको ओ दिलाएगा. Everyone solve the problem, but they will forget to write the notes after doing the problem. Okay. Rupees 2 lakh 6% government loan of India. Okay, government loan of India. Acha, government loan of India is what? This number somehow by mistake it is have come. So see here, rate is given. In case of rate given, we will search for, is it tax free commercial or not? If it is not tax free commercial, is it government? Yes, government. Whether government or less tax, we will do one step. So for this purpose, what we need to do? We need to do one step, that is face value into rate by 100. So 2 lakhs into 6 by 100, you will get here how much? 6 to the 12,000 you will get here. Okay, next third point, 25,000 19% redeemable debentures of RR Company Limited. अच्छा, RR Company debentures, rate of interest given. Rate of interest given. Is it tax free commercial? If it is tax free commercial, we will do two steps. If it is not tax free commercial, we will do one step. One step means 25,000 into 19%, because the securities are purchased beforehand itself, not in current year. Okay. Next, 60,000, 17% tax free Mysore government loan. 60%, 60,000, 17% tax free मैसूर गवर्नमेंट. टैक्स फ्री कमर्शियल नहीं है, ये गवर्नमेंट है. when rate is given, only one step we need to do. What is that one step? Face value, first step, into rate by 100. What is the rate given here? 17%. 17% into divided by 100. So face value 60,000 into rate by 100 for tax free Mysore government we need to do. Next, 10,000, 15% नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट. सर रुको, ये नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट इज एग्जाम्ड. व्हाट इट इज एग्जाम्ड. लिस्ट पढ़ लेना भाई. अगर नहीं पढ़ रहे तो एक बार जाके वीडियो में देखो. आपको इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेस वीडियो नंबर 2 में एग्जाम्प्टेड सिक्योरिटीज के लिस्ट है. मैंने ओरली बोल दिए, कुछ 10 मिनट्स का रहता बस. हाँ. So national savings certificate is exempt, so we need to consider it as exempt. Let us see the next point. 1 lakh 15% less tax debentures of Sony Company Limited, purchased on 1st January 2019. 1st January 2019 with a debt finance at 9%. थोड़ा रुको, ये थोड़ा important. You are having less tax debentures of Sony Company Limited when you have purchased on 1st January 2019 with a debt finance of 9%. ये पॉइंट कैसे करना मैं पूरा प्रॉब्लम पढ़ने के बाद बताता हूँ. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो डेट है, बोले तो आपने लोन लिए 1 लाख रुपए का डिबेंचर्स परचेस करने के लिए लोन लिए 1 लाख का, उसके ऊपर आप इंटरेस्ट पे कर रहे. व्हेन यू आर पेइंग इंटरेस्ट दैट टू परचेज द सिक्योरिटीज, then that interest will be allowed as deduction under section 57. इतना इंटरेस्ट आपको मिलेगा. What is the loan amount? Loan amount is 1 lakh into 9%. From when you are purchased on 1st January. So from 1st January to the end of the year, financial year, that is previous year, 31st March 2019. So January, February, March, for 3 months period we will get interest. So 1 lakh into 9%, 9,000. 9,000 into 3 by 12 means it will be around wait a minute. Alright, 1 lakh into 9%, 9,000. 9,000 into 3 by 12 we need to take. Okay, that we need to take. So next thing, 3 months interest we need to take from January to 1 lakh into 9,000. 9,000 into 3 by 12 we need to take. Next point, 1 lakh 12% less टैक्स bonds of गुजरात गवर्नमेंट, ये 1,12% लेस टैक्स बॉन्ड्स ऑफ गुजरात गवर्नमेंट, ये गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स है, रेट दिए तो ओनली वन स्टेप वी नीड टू डू. नेट इंटरेस्ट ऑन एक्स कंपनी लिमिटेड डिबेंचर्स रिसीव्ड, net interest on X company limited debentures received 21,000. So how here what is saying, interest received not rate. When interest amount is given we will take 21,000 into 100 by 90 because it is not government. If it is, when amount interest amount is given, आपको चार्ट याद है, interest amount is given, first we will ask is it government, no, then we will ask is it less than 5,000 rupees, no. If it is not less than 5,000, whatever net interest given 21,000 into 100 by 90 we need to do that. जब क्वेश्चन में आप एक ऐसा पैराग्राफ देखते हो, आप क्या करते थे, ये पूरा समझ में नहीं आता बोल के क्वेश्चन को ही छोड़ देते, बट डोंट डू लाइक दैट. ओके, डोंट डू लाइक दैट. जस्ट one by one we will read and we can solve. On 1st October 2018 he bought 70,000 debentures. How much? 70,000 debentures of 18% debentures. On 1st October 2018, during the current year he has bought 70,000 18% debentures of Y company limited. X का हो गया, Y का आ गया. 70,000 debentures at the rate 18%. If nature of securities is not given, we will consider it as less tax. In case of less tax, when rate is given we will do one step. लेकिन रुको एक मिनट, इसके लिए भी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अक्टूबर में परचेस करें. व्हेन आई, इफ यू वांट टू clarification, go to the previous video. When securities are purchased during the year, we need to consider interest for only the period on or before the due date of payment of interest. Due date of payment of interest will be given at the last of the question. So for that purpose I kept whatever in securities purchased during the year aside. तो यहाँ पे ये एक सिक्योरिटी और ये एक सिक्योरिटी का इंटरेस्ट अमाउंट कितना आएगा, कैसे करेंगे, वो दो पॉइंट्स बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे पूरा क्वेश्चन होने के बाद. इन बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज बाय राइजिंग ए लोन 50,000, इसके लिए भी एक लोन लिया गए थे उन्होंने 15% से, एंड बैलेंस अमाउंट वाज एडजस्टेड फ्रॉम हिज पास्ट सेविंग. आपको परचेस करना है 70,000, उसके लिए लोन कितना लिए, 50,000. लोन टेकन टू परचेज द सिक्योरिटीज, on that if you pay any interest, that interest will be allowed as deduction under section 57. 57 में आपको, section 57 में आपको डिडक्शन मिलेगा. कितना डिडक्शन मिलेगा, whatever interest you paid that will be allowed as deduction. So 50,000 into 15% into October to March, how many months, October, November, December, January, February, March, total 6 months. So 50,000 into 15% into 6 by 12 we need to take as interest here in this case. Till here no problem na. Let us see the next point. Passing, but company has not yet paid the interest on these debentures. ये जो डिबेंचर्स आपने परचेस करे वाई कंपनी से, वो वाई कंपनी आपको इंटरेस्ट पे नहीं करा, बट इन केस ऑफ इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेस एज वेल एज इन केस ऑफ व्हाट वी कॉल हाउस प्रॉपर्टी, notional income is also taxable. नोशनल इनकम इज ऑल्सो टैक्सेबल। तो आप डिबेंचर्स होल्डर्स को वही कंपनी आज नहीं तो कल इंटरेस्ट पे करेगा, लेकिन इनकम टैक्स एक्ट बोलेगा इस ईयर का इनकम है तो इस ईयर में पहले टैक्स पे कर दो, बाद में बात का बात देख लेंगे बोल के बोल देता। तो फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ कैलकुलेशन ऑफ interest, whether it is received or not, we don't bother. Okay, that will be taken. Bank charges 2% as collection charges on interest collected. Please remember this point. Okay, क्योंकि ये पॉइंट मैं बाद में आपको फिर से एक बार बताता हूँ। इंटरेस्ट कलेक्टेड बोला, कलेक्शन चार्जेस ऑन इंटरेस्ट कलेक्टेड। व्हेन इंटरेस्ट कलेक्टेड दे से we will consider gross interest। व्हेन इंटरेस्ट कलेक्टेड नहीं बोलते वो लोग, बैंक चार्जेस 2% कलेक्शन चार्जेस ऑन अमाउंट कलेक्टेड आर नेट इंटरेस्ट, then we need to calculate this 2% on net interest, not on the gross interest. Compute income from interest on securities assuming that interest is payable on 30th September 31st March for the every year. What are the due dates? One is 30th September, another one is 31st March. So 30th September and 31st March are the due dates for payment of interest. So here we need to consider those only for the purpose of interest. Those only for the purpose of interest due dates. अब आएगा मजा। अब ये पूरा जो है ना, ये मैं क्लियर कर देता हूँ। और 2 पॉइंट्स जो मैंने बोला आपको बाद में डिस्कशन करवाने वाला हूँ, वो 2 पॉइंट्स ये 2 आपको अभी बता देता हूँ। देखो, व्हाट आर दी इंटरेस्ट ड्यू डेट्स? वन इज 30th September, अनदर वन इज 31st March. This 1,15% less tax debentures of Sony Company Limited purchased on when? 1st January. So from April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, मार्च में इंटरेस्ट आ रहा और एक बार सितंबर में इंटरेस्ट आ रहा, एक बार मार्च में आ रहा और एक बार सितंबर में आ रहा। दीज आर द इंटरेस्ट ड्यू डेट्स दे आर सेइंग। व्हेन यू हैव परचेज्ड द सिक्योरिटीज, in case of purchase of securities in the current financial year, that is on 1st January you have purchased. So if you purchase in January, on or before the due date of payment, are you owner of securities on September due date? No. तो सितंबर का इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा क्या? नहीं। On or before the due date, if you hold the securities before this date, are you holding the securities? No. So you will get interest for March 6 months period. Though it is 3 months, interest will be received 6 months. So for the clarity sake I am saying, if you want more clarity, just watch the previous video again so that you can easily understand what I am saying. So in this case, on 1 lakh 15% we need to take for 6 months, only one step, because these are less tax securities. So that is the case. 1 lakh into 15 rate by 100 into, these are only held for 6 this date, after January, not before January. Okay, then interest will be received only when before the due date. If you hold the securities before this date, are you holding the securities? No. तो आपको यहाँ पे इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा, यहाँ पे मिलेगा। Next case, on 1st October you are purchased. Next case, on 1st October. 30th September you are receiving. On 1st October you have purchased. In this case, this 70,000 18% also of Y limited. Here also we need to calculate only for 6 months. For the March period interest you will receive, not for the September, because before September you are not having any securities in your hands if you are Mr. Durga Prasad. So till here no doubt I think. Till here no doubt I think. So let us see the answer part. Okay guys, there was bit of problem because of the app, so I paused for few minutes. Okay, let us solve the answer. First we will do working, then we will write in net interest and gross interest. Okay, how it will be done I'll tell you. Computation of income from other sources of interest on securities of Mr. Durga Prasad for the previous year 18-19 assessment year, amounts in rupees. First one, preference chesta, but it is exempt, so we have not taken. Next, 6% government loan of 2 lakhs. On 2 lakhs, sorry, it is 6%, not 12. By mistake I wrote 12. Print. So it is 6 by 100, it will be 12,000. 6 by 100, it is 12,000. Next, 19% redeemable debentures of RR company. 19% redeemable debentures of RR. If nothing specified, we will assume it as less tax securities, unlisted. You need to write assumption after solving the problem. So 25,000 into face value, that is 25,000, rate 19 divided by 100. It is 4750 net interest as well as gross interest. No need to gross up, because only we need to do one step. 17,000 tax free Mysore government loan. 17% tax free Mysore government. When you heard about it is government and rate is given, we will do one step. So 60,000 into 17%, 17 divided by 100. Okay, so it is around 10,200. Write it in net interest column as well as in gross interest, because only one step. Next, 15% less tax debentures of Sony Company Limited. Okay, 1 lakh debentures you have purchased at the rate 15%, 15 by 100, and you have received. These debentures are purchased during the current period. You have purchased on 1st January, so 31st September you will not receive. On 30th September you will not receive. On 31st March you will receive for 6 months period, though you are holding them for 3 months period. आपके पास 3 मंथ्स के लिए सिक्योरिटीज है, लेकिन ये जो इंटरेस्ट ड्यू डेट है वहाँ पे आपके पास सिक्योरिटीज नहीं है, यहाँ पे है, तो 6 महीने के लिए आपको इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. And it is less tax debenture, so only one step. 7,500, 7,500 in gross also. Next, less tax 12% less tax bonds of Gujarat government. When you heard government, when rate is given, we will do one step. 1 lakh into 12%, it is 12,000. Net and gross interest also 12,000. Interest on X company limited debentures. Interest on X company limited, net interest given 21,000, and in case of nature of security is not mentioned, we consider it as less tax. ये less tax वाला है. In case of less tax, we have to, when interest amount is given, first we will ask, is it government? No, it is not government. Whether it is less tax or tax free, no problem. What we have to do? We have to do second step, that is 21,000 net interest into 100 by 90. Okay, it is around 23,333.33 छोड़ दो. 18% debentures of Y company limited not yet received. Whether received or not is not material for us. Y company limited debentures you have purchased in October. On 30th September you are not holding the securities, so here you will not receive interest, but on 31st March you are having securities, so you will receive interest. And rate is given, it is not mentioned whether tax free or government, so you will assume less tax. In case of less tax, rate is given, we will do one step, that is 70,000 face value into rate by 100, 18 by 100 into 6 by 12, because we are receiving only for March, not for September. So 6,300 here, 6,300 gross also. Now we have to take totals, net interest and gross interest. 73, 750, 76,083 rupees as gross interest we have got. From here on, we have to deduct deductions under section 57. Okay, so till here, hope you don't have any doubt. And let me do one thing, just थोड़ा ऊपर कर देता हूँ so that we can have whole answer. Okay, let us see here. Now deduction under section 57. In this you will get interest on loan taken to purchase on securities. So you have purchased two securities during the year by taking loan, that is debentures of Sony company. Okay, 1 lakh into 9% into 3 by 12, because you have purchased in January, February, March. 3 months interest you are paying to the bank. So 1 lakh into 9%, 9,000 into 3 by 12, it is 2,250. Please, in the textbook it is given in the answer as 4,500. they have taken for 6 months period. आपने जनवरी में परचेस करे तो 6 मंथ्स का इंटरेस्ट नहीं है पे करते, ओनली 3 months interest we need to take. So here we need to take 3 months interest, this one. Next, debentures of Y company limited. Y कंपनी के लिमिटेड के डिबेंचर्स, Y कंपनी के डिबेंचर्स आपने परचेस करे 1 अक्टूबर को, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. अक्टूबर, नवंबर, December, January, February, March, till the end of the financial year. So how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On 50,000, 15%, 6 by 12, because these are purchased in October. So amount comes to 3,750. Total interest for deduction is 2,250 plus 3,750, 6,000. Next, collection charges. This is very important one. इंटरेस्ट कलेक्टेड पे ही आपको कलेक्शन चार्जेस होते हैं. इन दिस क्वेश्चन दिस इज द important point. Though interest is not received on notional basis, we will consider income. We will consider it as income. But bank will collect the charges only on the interest collected part. So out of the total interest of 76,083, 6,300 कंपनी पे नहीं करे तो बैंक कलेक्ट करेगा क्या? नहीं करेगा, तो -6300. इट विल बी अराउंड 69,783. What is the collection charges rate? 2%. If you do 2% on this, it will be 6396. Total deduction under section 57 is 3,359. Sorry, 7,359 from gross interest 76,083. If you deduct 7,359, your net interest on securities taxable is 68,724. Okay, that is your final answer. In textbook there is a mistake of calculation regarding the interest here, so the answer also gone wrong in the textbook. This problem and yesterday problem also in textbook there is a wrong answer, and these are important one with the national savings certificate and for the purpose of securities purchased in the current financial year. On that loan is there, so these are some important concepts relating to income from other sources which generally you people students do wrong. So make sure you should not do any wrong in the exam. So that is why I have chosen these two questions for the purpose of calculating interest on securities. So hope I understand. Hope I think that you have understood the problem thoroughly, and here I am ending the video. This is the final answer for interest on securities, and I'll post this answer related image also in the notes. You can find it through description link. आपको वीडियो के नीचे एक डिस्क्रिप्शन लिंक रहेगा, डिस्क्रिप्शन लिंक में आप क्लिक करें तो आपको पूरा इनकम टैक्स से रिलेटेड नोट्स, कैपिटल गेन्स का, डिडक्शंस का, अदर सोर्स का, सब चैप्टर्स का मिल जाएगा. फर्स्ट यूनिट, सेकंड यूनिट, class work note, class notes is totally available. For others, some information is there, some chapters is not there. Okay, but important things are available. You can use those for the purpose of exam. So I am ending the video here. When you see question like this, you people ये पूरा पैराग्राफ देख के इतना बड़ा एक एडजस्टमेंट एक प्रॉब्लम में बोल के छोड़ देते. इसमें उन्होंने बहुत सारे चीज़ें यहाँ पे कॉलन एंड फुल स्टॉप लगा के आपको रोक दिए. वी हैव टू रीड लाइक दैट ओनली. सो डोंट worry about by seeing the a paragraph like question. Just read it and divide it and you can solve the problem. Hope you like the video and share it with your friends if you think it is useful for them. सीखना बंद तो जीतना बंद. सीखते रहो जीतने के लिए. प्रिपेयर वेल फॉर एग्जाम्स. जय हिंद.